Alright, this one is another video in a different format for the mono red players. So you got Heartfire Hero banned from Pioneer. What are you going to do? You can't play your mice anymore. Well, you kind of can. So this is the deck that got second in a challenge. Doesn't have all the mice. It does have Emberheart Challenger. So yeah, this is a deck that people actively chose to play while Heartfire Hero was legal. I think a lot of that had to do with the nature of how good Questing Beast and Cori-Steel Cutter are against the black mid-range decks that have a bunch of removal like Fatal Push. So you're a little bit better off at grinding, and you're probably worse off against things like combo decks. But with Heartfire Hero banned, it's pretty easy to just pivot over to this more prowess-focused version with a little bit of extra card advantage. No Sunspine links, lower curve because you want to be able to play the cards off Questing Druid. And then you want to double spell with Cori-Steel Cutter, of course. So yeah, if you got your Heartfire Heroes banned, you want a direction to go. I think this is a pretty reasonable place to be. Maybe you don't have all the lands for the mana base, but you don't need too many green sources. You can focus on having your deck be a mono red deck and just like throw together whatever red-green dual lands that you have. If you want to go a little bit more of a budget route. But yeah, I don't think I need to spend too much time talking about the deck. Pretty straightforward. A lot of the red decks are. They always have been. A Tech Flowstone Infusion. This is for the Greasefang decks. You can also use it to pump your things, which is cute. Sideboard, we've got more of those. Scorching Shot for things like Shieldred. Reclamation, overall good sideboard card. Nemesis for the creature decks and the red decks. And then Redcap Melee for red. Rending Volley for things like Spirits. Pick your poison. I don't exactly know what this is for, to be honest, but it's just a good sideboard card, kind of like Heritage Reclamation, so maybe there's a specific spot where I'll realize the Edict is good. This was good against Vein Ripper, but that thing is not played anymore. And then a Shadowspear for the red mirrors. So sideboard seems reasonable. It's kind of funny how many cards there are in the sideboard for red decks. Considering the red card just got banned, but Phoenix is obviously very good. I think this deck's good too. So that is the list. If you guys want it, it will be in the description as always, and I will see you in the games. Alright, we get to go first. Got cards. Red cards that have text. 4 lands isn't ideal for a red deck, but I think this version doesn't mind having extra mana as much, so we'll give it a go. Good card. Huh. We don't rage here. Probably getting a removal spell anyway. Where's your hand? Am I Deadly Dispute? Cash grab, okay. At 7, I have Rage. If they tap out, they probably die. I think I'm gonna play around Fatal Push. Very good draw. I guess I probably had lethal if I didn't do the mode that I just selected. Yeah, because now I missed. Whatever. What am I doing here? Anyway, they drew push for their turn? That's insane. That's really unlucky. Okay, whatever. Here we go. They're probably still gonna die, right? I mean, maybe they do some crazy stuff and they find Cauldron Familiar. Okay. Pretty good. Cool. Alright, red card's good. Okay, sure, these, right? And then I guess I want the Shadowspear and probably the Nemesis. Maybe this isn't actually that good. I think it's important to have. Okay, Flowstone doesn't really matter. Scorching Shot I don't think does anything. Even the shocks aren't that good. I think I'm just trying to play to the board. Reckless Rage combos with Nemesis. And so what am I shocking? I guess I can shock the 3-2. Shock goes face, obviously. Again, I don't think that's that important. I do kind of want the card advantage. Need to goldfish them, though. Like, I need to kill them before they Egra combo me. So, it's like my slowest stuff. Maybe I do 2 Nemesis, 2 Rage. It's not particularly fast. I sort of want to draw one of each of these cards. Could take out a Druid. I don't think I want to, though. I kind of want to just cast this thing on curve, to be honest. Huh. I don't know how to board here. So Steel Cutter's kind of a 3. I could take out Steel Cutter. I don't really love that, though. I'm going to take this out. I'm on the draw. I'll have an extra card. Should have enough card advantage anyway. I doubt that I'm sideboarding the way the person that got second would, but... Sorry about that. Now they have Fatal Push up, but I get the emblem either way. Just don't want to trigger the revolt. Like, they have 1 land, so they just kind of lose as long as they can't push this. Okay, weird game. Bit of a distraction, but they had one land, so it did not matter. Alright, GG. Alright, can we keep 5-lander? Of course not. Yeah, I guess this. I'm kind of unimpressed with the Cori-Steel Cutters thus far. I'm just gonna not keep it. If my first challenger dies, I'll be annoyed that I kept Steel Cutter instead. Like, Steel Cutter plus Rage, not a very good combination of cards. You kind of have to have it all, and your opponent has to do nothing for things to work out, so. This actually should probably have, like, some amount of Ren's Resolves in it if it's gonna play Steel Cutter. Red cards. Happy to take game 1 against Phoenix. Alright, so do you think... Yes, these are good. I don't actually know. Maybe this is the matchup for them. They could board in Ledger Shredder as well. Guess Nemesis is good. I think I'm just gonna have these 5. Yeah. I mean, I could have this to, like, nab Phoenixes. I guess this is okay. I don't really want to fight over Treasure Cruise, though. I want a 1-mana answer to Shredder and Talent. You can technically kill a Phoenix, which that might be relevant. I'm going to try the Pick Your Poisons, though. Burst Lightning is just a shock. I think I want all the grindy cards. What does Reckless Rage kill? Just Shredder it. I honestly don't know how many Shredders Phoenix decks play. I think it's probably just random. It depends on the player. Some people like Shredder still, some people don't. I think it makes sense. It's hard to fit more 2s into your deck, but I do think it is really good against any deck that's trying to cast creatures and attack you. I guess we'll just try this. Fine. Huh. Good is this hand. If I hit a land, it's like fine, I guess. I could try it. I have double cantrip on the draw. Lucky. Maybe greedy, I don't know. This deck both needs to not flood and needs lands. I don't know. I don't know what to do with that knowledge, but it doesn't feel great. Alright, we're on the back foot versus a Steel Cutter. It may be over. Oh, I didn't even play the one from Exile. Well, that's me giving up. I think my brain told me it doesn't matter what you do, you're dead. Yep. I mean, we really can just concede the game. This card's really broken. I don't think we're going to die in the next 2 turns. We don't really have cards to stop that. I can try to play a Nemesis defensively and hope that that does anything. I don't think that it will. Can I race ever? If I draw a Reckless Rage, I guess I could. I mean, the problem with playing this defensively is what? Like, I don't know, they just don't attack me, right? I'm not sure how to play this spot, but I think we're very dead. Yep. I mean, that makes me happy I attacked, I guess, but it just feels like we're at the point in the game where my opponent's deck is built in a way where, like, I can't really beat them. They just have Cori-Steel Cutter, and they're going to have answers. Like, I don't have any good cards. Like, drawing cards doesn't do anything here, and then Steel Cuttering on the back foot doesn't do anything. So these 3 cards are void. And the Nemesis, they just don't do enough, right? Like, even if my opponent Lightning Axes 1, it's like, sure. Like, what am I supposed to go after if I get Lightning Axe? Just a creature, a free token. Might be Treasure Cruise time next turn. Not to mention I could just die, right? If they just go Flood, Maw, Cantrip, I die. Yep. Does a single Cantrip do it? It's -1. Okay. Alright, well that took a little longer than I expected it to, but we did die to death. Very much so died to death. Alright, go again. Hopefully if I get Steel Cuttered on curve, I have Pick Your Poison this time. Same is true for Artisan's Talent, but I kept a kind of weird hand. I think that you do want the card Questing Druid against the red deck, but if they draw Cori-Steel Cutter, they're just going to kill you really fast, so I don't think I'm unhappy with how I sideboarded. The way that game went was just weird. I could have mulliganed. Obviously, I think that keep was like borderline. But this one I kind of like though. I think I am gonna keep this. I just think Kumano is so busted. It's a bit weird that I'm not gonna get to double spell until I draw a second land, but like this is just the card I want against people playing Shock. Basically, like they can't impulse my Swiftspear. They can shock this Kumano later, but it's gonna like mess up their curve where like they can't play a 2 because they have to leave up a shock, which means it'll probably get more damage. And if I draw the second land, this hand is just really powerful. I also have Rage to close the game, so this is a weird one-lander to keep on the play, but I'm a little bit more confident that this one's actually worth keeping because of the nature of what my opponent's deck does. Okay, whatever. I guess they mulled to 5 and I played a Kumano. Sure. GG, deck's broken. Alright, we get the one-lander. We're greedy. Uh-oh. This could go badly. Or nothing could happen. You can chill. Well, that's basically nothing, sure. Might be a bad matchup, I'm not gonna lie. The start hasn't been super impressive, but you can see worlds where it would be better than it currently is, and it seems like they can gain a lot of life. Citrus Supplier's not great against trample, but it's good against other stuff. Need this to flip for these die, I guess. Or I can just suck it up and let them die. I think I'm supposed to wait though. Maybe we can just one-shot them in one turn. A lot of damage represented. Gaze. Why didn't you flash back the gaze in your graveyard? 2 Bloodghast. Uh-oh. Alright, we'll see. Oh, that was their upkeep. When did this happen? I guess it happened in their upkeep. Yeah, I mean, this is a bajillion damage. Yeah, there you go. Okay. This card is so messed up, man. I don't know what. Yeah, whatever. It's toxic. Okay, we gotta gain 3. We get to get back all our stuff. Maybe I'm just dead, honestly. How do they kill me though? They have to hit like. I mean, even if they chill 2 more times and get another Bloodghast, that's what? That's 3, 3, and 6. It's 12 damage. It's coming tapped, right? They're probably just dead. I don't think they can even block. I think they would have needed to like mill. I guess if they milled 2 Bloodghasts and 2 chills off of some card and then played a land, I could have died. But that didn't happen. It would appear they have fallen. 1 blocker. Okay, do that again. Don't do anything powerful. Don't trigger Prize Amalgam on turn 2. And we'll all be happy. What do I want? Is this thing good enough? Exile a card, draw. Exile target card from graveyard, draw a card. That seems bad. I think I should just try to kill them to death. Do I want Screaming Nemesis? Seems like I want Screaming Nemesis against everybody. Could just not sideboard at all. Like a simple swap. I think my average draw beats their average draw, and then their best draw beats my best draw, and then their worst draw probably loses to my worst draw. So we basically just need them to not put Prize Amalgam into play on like turn 1 or turn 2. I think that's our hope. And maybe we could still win through that potentially. Like, that's the type of spot where, like, I guess having Screaming Nemesis could be nice. I definitely want, I mean, you just want this card on turn 1 against everything. I think this is the best one drop in the format now that Heartfire Hero is banned. So. Uh-oh. Okay. Well. With that mill, it's probably kind of hard to get this into play on turn 2. If they hit like a Narcomoeba there, that would have sucked. Okay. So yeah, now they can hit Narcomoeba. Shit. Okay, well this is turn 3 double Prize Amalgam. Maybe we can beat that? Probably not. Probably not if I'm being honest with myself. If I just cast my Questing Druid, is that completely insane? I think so. I just need more cards. Yeah, this is gonna gain them like 3 life. Plus whatever else. We get a Blood Gas too. Yeah, we died. Yeah, this deck basically just lives or dies based off of how many Prize Amalgams it mills. Like, your other cards are like cute, like Narcomoeba, deal 3, gain 3, that's wonderful, but a 3/3 is a real card. Like, that is something that will cause your opponent to die and not be able to kill you. Maybe we can grind. Maybe. Main phasing this doesn't accomplish that much. Okay. Okay, that's a good start. Shock. The third is no. Okay. Uh-oh. Ow. Yeah, playing defense against this deck doesn't feel great. Pretty good, no. I'm gonna die in the air. Maybe Shadowspear is actually good. I'm gonna try Shadowspear. I'm gonna go max Nemesis, and then could have Heritage Reclamation, to be honest. Maybe it's fine. Plus, like, in conjunction with Questing Druid, just having any sort of graveyard disruption might get it done. But I'm just gonna play to the board. Try Shadowspear for the trample. We're gonna turn the Burst Lightnings, and then we're just gonna try to get him dead. Like, I don't know. I think their deck just doesn't function a lot of the time. If they don't have turn 1 Stitcher Supplier, it's not particularly scary. The scariest thing they can do is mill a Haunted Dead and then have 2 Prized Amalgams in their hand. That's the thing where it's like, yeah, we might just die. It's possible on the play we could beat that, though. I just want, like, Kumano and some lands. Yeah, I'm gonna keep. It's all 1 mana cards. It is. I have a redraw and I have Kumano, which I think is my best card. Don't have lands, but I think it's fine. No 1-drop's a big deal. Okay, so now I can decide, do I want pressure or do I want mana? I think from this spot I want pressure. I maybe should have played the Soul-Scar, but at this point we probably need our second land. What do I have to beat? I have to beat a Bloodghast. They don't have blue mana yet. I have the board and a Monstrous Rage and a removal spell. We're in a good spot. They could have like a sweeper or something weird in their deck. I mean, they could have anything in their deck. They're playing graveyard shenanigans. Okay, Prize Amalgam and Bloodghast. Those don't block though. That is plus a bunch of life. You can shock for Supplier. They even have untapped black. Alright. You got a game. Second Rage, though. Yeah, let's just go ahead. Get that off, and then just have 2 Rages and 2 mana. Why did that die? But I know how my card works. I don't understand. If a creature dealt damage this turn by a source you control would die, exile it instead. Extra deals 4 damage to target creature you control, or you don't control, and 2 damage to target creature you control. Oh, it's a Soul-Scar Mage. Okay. Got it. My bad. Well, that was a mistake. Maybe it won't matter. Should just Monstrous Rage for extra damage. Or Bloodghasting for 2 life? That's actually a funny little nombo. I've never had that come up, where you have Soul-Scar Mage and Kumano. Is there like an order in which it prioritizes which like layers, where like if I have the Soul-Scar in play first and then this is in? I guess no, because this says it's not dealing damage, and this says if you would deal damage. So no matter what, you're not going to get the exile. All right, +2. Maybe they're going to gaze and hope to hit a chill. Well, now they're mega dead. I mean, they were dead, but now they're very dead. Well, GG's. Deck felt solid. I mean, we did some winning. I don't know. There's definitely some awkwardness with the deck. Like, I'm not entirely sold on all the things going on. I think you could retune some things, maybe balance things better. I wasn't in love with this sideboard either. I do think, like, balancing things for Questing Druid and Cori-Steel Cutter is a bit complicated. But, you know, solid deck. It puts up results. Feel free to try it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hit like and subscribe if you did. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.